Well, it's super important if you want to build a stronger brain that you first have a healthy foundation. You can think about the brain kind of like a muscle. If you were to go to the gym and you weren't eating right, maybe you had an injury, and you tried to work out, you would get no results from that workout. A lot of people skip right to brain training. They want to do the exercises online and they do crossword puzzles and they think they're making a difference, but they're missing these really important elements of a healthy foundation. You have to have that healthy foundation first because it's going to be able to make the training you do actually take hold. So I created what I call my Fab Five, and these are the most important things you can do to establish that foundation. And in fact, it's the same thing I would say to someone who is trying to manage heart disease or trying to lose weight. It's always the core things we want to look at when it comes to our health. So the first one is food is fuel. So recognizing that our nutrition is literally fuel for our body and our brain. It's going to have an impact, either positive or negative. So we really want to be thinking about that. How is this food I'm eating going to contribute and actually give me some added value? Super simple concepts, just eating light and often, eating in a way that's balanced so we don't get, too much sugar. Sugar is actually toxic to the brain if we have it in isolation. But in combination with other things doesn't have that impact. And then eating foods that are high in nutritional value, like a Mediterranean diet. Mediterranean diet has actually been shown to reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease and dementia. So that's based on your healthy fats, lots of fruits and vegetables. It's things that most people know, but they might not connect that to the health and longevity of their brain. The second thing is that activity is activating. So when we do aerobic activity, we stimulate chemicals in the brain that actually cause it to grow and to change. So it activates our system. One thing I think people focus on too much is the exercise that they do, instead of thinking more about the general movement. When we sit still for too long, our system just kind of shuts down. It doesn't feel like it needs to create energy. So a lot of people go to the gym, they get a good workout in, and then they sit around all day, which probably is worse for you than if you didn't go to the gym and you just moved all the time. The third thing is stress and the fact that we have to manage stress for success. Stress is by far the biggest, worst battle I think that we all have to deal with because we just don't really take it seriously enough. And stress is such a big deal that it actually will kill brain cells on contact. It is toxic to the brain. Now, stress isn't a bad thing. It's important to keep that in mind. Some stress is good. It's all about the balance. So you might not be able to eliminate stress from your life, but you can add balance, you can add recovery, you can take more breaks, you can relax a little bit. It's balancing that out, creating an oscillation. The fourth thing is sleep. Everyone knows that we need to sleep, but a lot of people don't realize that when we're resting, we're actually working. So the brain, if you look at a brain scan, is highly active at night. It's actually putting all the pieces of the puzzle together from what we did during the day. If we don't have that time, if we don't have at least 6 hours of sleep, we cannot form those connections. Our memory will start to suffer, and our mental energy is just going to be off. So sleep is really important. And the last one is one of my favorites, and that is social connections. That social support is life support. And this blew me away when I saw the research, but being isolated, feeling isolated in your life is worse for your health than smoking cigarettes. And that's just amazing to me. And actually I started inviting a lot of friends over once I found that out. But it's so easy to get caught up in work and feel like we're surrounded by people all the time. But you can have thousands of people around you and not have a sense of connection. It's that deep sense of connection with our friends, with our family, with our community that helps the brain from a survival perspective, because if we're in trouble, we need that social support. Once we lose it, our stress hormones go up and it's really toxic for our brain.